Bawumia we primaries na Orobo and also Oregi elections na Uwini na Oko UK. When Tweety and the whole world said I will be in the UK, be part of an event. I didn't see this time tweet to tell us he was going to Qatar. Quiet, because it was an illegal deal. After all these things, Ghana, you see, you see Bawumia. Question a majority of you Namubusan say. I didn't want to tell you this, but let me tell you people. Being Samira dear, ono me hunu kwana makoma ba. Me chiri no abrabom. Samira, I despise her or to say fear to me. Me chiri no. Samira me chiri, and she knows. My source in Qatar, this is what happened. Oh, somebody good for oil on the buyer, no. Anything about me, I could pay Qatar, no. Me catch no. Ne yere na de call Qatar. They were going to form some alliance in Qatar. I'm sure they see. It is so many people asking. Now, Bawumia eko Saudi Arabia kwa koye umra. Then he ended up in Qatar. Because these are two different places. And you know why? Nyame on pebone. I'm sure what happened there in Qatar. Before election 2024, Bawumia introduced gold for oil. The only place they were taking the gold was in Dubai. Bawumia had established some few people in Dubai. They were the ones Alpha Stream was sending the gold to. So Bawumia threw gold for oil, no, or resource a lot of some sheikhs in Dubai. And Bawumia himself made money. Me chira wadi kunti okopie Qatar no. Enti otu am say na Bawumia ko Qatar ko ye de won't me answer that. Because Qatar enye ho ene ye umra no enye ho ene Saudi Arabia no. So gold for oil no. Bawumia channel gold ni nyina to Dubai. We did not sell our gold to any country. Recently, Samira is trying to make sure we are able to spread our wings nationwide to be able to sell gold around the world. So specifically, they had some friends and business tycoon friends who are Arabians in Dubai. 90% of the gold that a bar undergo for oil, no. Also, Bawumia the idea in the bar. You ask yourself, idea then free baby, but Bawumia was the one championing the gold for oil. Do you say what is his interest? Or say the gold for oil was going to bring down the price of fuel. Now the question here is, it was because of money. Yanko ton physical gold ni yenji sikani fanto fuel and gas. Petrol every Dubai from Ghana. The same gold, you know. And come to me, Akoton or UK. Nanka why then through Bank of Ghana. Near the top the same fuel every Dubai. But Bawumia established on one and call for Dubai. So every week they were lifting gold in the name of gold for oil and giving to them. Now there's a trick. They were using Alpha Stream as the middleman, and Alpha Stream was working for Bawumia. Now Bawumia was very confident that Sanko for na gold no air come hold Dubai directly, no, resourcing them and making them make millions, including himself, no. He was damn and 100.1% sure Sanko will win elections, no. Now something happened. 2024, Mahmoud Bawumia was expecting these people in Dubai to do what? To give him money for the campaign. Now, in the leading chart, no. In the leading connection, no. What happened was that the people in Saudi Arabia, at a point, they pulled back because they were also looking at the dynamics. They were looking at the dynamics who say the Bawumia government is a criminal government. And they also brought their people in to do a pure survey to see how the wind was blowing. At a point, normalizing say, John Mahama was trustworthier than Bawumia. So what the Arabians did was they stayed away with the money. Because a business, you cannot force them to give you money for your campaign. But Bawumia was very confident this will be the elections, you know. And Sanko for gold for oil gold in Yakudi or mono. They didn't bring money. Now, Mahama Bawumia has found another channel in Qatar. What is he doing? The reason why Bawumia ko pay Qatar and say, Onene went there to build alliance with some people who are into gold in Qatar. Now this is his message. Okodru Qatar no. Bawumia ko Qatar and say now bomb manako ka hoda Mahama mayako fanaba no. He went there to tell them say 99.99% John Mahama is going to leave power and he is going to be the person who will win the elections. Because Oshagana political terrain anymore. John Mahama is not going again. And John Mahama leaving, it gives him the opportunity to win the elections. So right now, he's building some blocks in Qatar, giving them hope, say, he's going to be president in 2029. And even the gold board is going to give him more authority over our gold to ship our gold directly to them. So it was basically to form alliance with some new partners who will be funding his campaign so that John Mahama didn't know say John Mahama be free power and he will be president. They will pump the money into his campaign for him to be able to become president. And nothing about Bawumia na yiriko pie Qatar. That is all. Katana Bawumia koye it was because of your gold. He is telling the Qatarians, say, Mahama will leave power in 2029. He is the only obstacle. And Mahama leaving power, he is the only person who will be president. And that they should understand that even the gold board now Mahama established, it gives him a lot of room to be able to deal directly with them. They should start funding him. And then now the only thing who said was because, and I'm telling you this from Qatar. Bawumia ko Qatar no na nipa ho. Bawumia ko Qatar no na Ghana for ho. There were brokers there, which we have our investigative sources in Qatar. Intina Bawumia, the only thing that saved us Ghanaians, a bomb na Iran for two, and then who Mahama Bawumia, the location. He didn't tell anybody that on an air could strike a deal with Qatar. Because right now, he needs those people who are there willing to take our gold to give him money for his campaign. That's why he was there. Makacham say, and you see, his wife is the one leading this. They are the ones telling her, say, they can crack this deal for Mahama Bawumia. And that Bawumia should come. It's Mumusa Bawumia say, what did he actually go do in Qatar? It's a question he doesn't want to answer. Mumusa no, we yanko wo Qatar. In this already letter na, Bawumia mo release na, so we study letter na, Dr. Bawumia and his wife Hajia Samira are both fine and safe. The couple left Doha, Qatar, this morning for Saudi Arabia to perform Umrah, an essential Islamic practice. They left Qatar for Doha, Saudi Arabia. What were they doing in Qatar? You can't tell me Bawumia flew all the way to Qatar and to connect to Doha. It doesn't work like that. When you fly from Ghana, you go straight to Doha. So how did Mahama Bawumia end up in Qatar? He has no relations there. Uncle Rokos, no relations. Boondocks. Bawumia was just trading your nation in Qatar. And Nitina, they have avoided interrogating what Bawumia was doing there. But you see, Bawumia is a dangerous politician. A very tricky guy. Now, you know, you're a very dangerous woman. This woman will sell anything to make sure Bawumia is president because she needs something from Ghana. These are very two dangerous people. And I know I say, Bermano Onimnyansa, with all due respect, to make some decisions. Wama Obawi using a drubone criminality ni nyoma bi. Into free Qatar ne ba, free Dubai ne ba, mumusa nsa koye de o Qatar, because it's something that's supposed to concern us. Bawumia a national asset. We want to know, what were you doing there? Were you on holidays? Because when you went to Qatar, it was doing the fasting. So you can't tell me, said during the fasting you went to Qatar for holidays. Did you go there for an event? Let us know the event you went to. Because Bawumia, as the flag bearer of the MPP and the former vice president entering Qatar, Bawumia will inform the embassy that expect me in Qatar on official duty. Did Bawumia do that? No. Bawumia sneaked into Qatar to do their own business. It is our goal he's preparing. So, Mumusa Omo. Omo mne Bawumia koye no. Omo didn't say Jimmy. We don't know what is going on. We know everything. When Mahmoud Bawumia finished the primaries, Mr. Get it for me. Didn't Bawumia tweet that he was going to UK? One can't Mr. Get me that tweet. Bawumia we primaries now. Or Robo and also or reggae elections now, or Winnie and or UK. When Tweety and the whole world said, I will be in the UK to be part of an event. Why didn't he this time tweet to tell us he was going to Qatar? Quiet, because it was an illegal deal. Or the Mukroni Kosiawawa. Me say Bawumia win elections, 2 days no win election or UK. No. One Tweety and can't UK. One can't the whole MPP. One your public announcement. Didn't he tell you all that he was going? Huh? Why didn't he tweet that he was going to Qatar? Because this Qatar he went, Samira Bawumia's brother was part of the team. What do you hotel of them? Do you want me to tell them the hotel rooms they slept in? Qatar na mukweno, na Samira Bawumia nyane kaun. Does he want me to tell him his hotel room? When the meeting started? And this is the danger we are facing today. This is how dangerous these people are. So, you see, they are just Fulani new Bawe, no. She doesn't care about you, Ghana. Mr. Bawumia, we are in elections, so when tweet, besides, do you have the tweet? Show me the tweet, besides, thank you. So when you leave the capital of Qatar, Doha to Saudi Arabia, leaving Doha to Saudi Arabia, why didn't he tell us, oh, me wa Doha, I'm in Qatar, me fiwa me ko Saudi Arabia? Why didn't he do that? He didn't tell us anything. When he was in Doha, when he was in Qatar, he didn't tell anybody he was in Qatar. He didn't make any official statement. He didn't tweet about it. He didn't tell anybody. Now they are telling us that they are flying in Doha, they are flying to Saudi Arabia to come and perform Hajj, whatever duties. Bawumia is a liar. Now, let me show you the tweets. Time of Oko UK no. When Bawumia was leaving for the UK, he told us this. Team, this is what Bawumia told us. Oko UK no. I left Accra this evening for the United Kingdom. Date show 3rd of February 2026. Right before their 31st January primaries. Bawumia tweeted and told us he's going to the UK. He said, I left Accra this evening for the United Kingdom to attend a symposium at the blah, 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 Oxford, blah, 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 to celebrate the career of Professor Paul Collier, a globally renowned economist. Whilst at Oxford, I shall participate in other activities and return to Ghana at the weekend, God willing. This is what Bawumia tweeted after he won the elections. Now you're going to Doha, you're going to Qatar. Why didn't you tell anybody you're going to Qatar? Samira Bawumia's brother was part of the group. I know the hotel they slept. These are criminals. They went there to go raise another group of people to destroy us. He went there to tell the Qatarians that he is going to be the next president of Ghana because Mahama and the term now ended. So let me tell you this. So let me be honest with you people. Bawumia or a dangerous politician. Sa UK no kokaya no. Memo bi antranka say oh, ena Bawumia sa Qatar no kokaya Doha no kokaya no. Montranka to and about Bawumia okoshe no or Qatar yeden. What's here actually we are all Saudi Arabia. I don't go pay Qatar. Or free Saudi Arabia the Babumbusan said no or Qatar. Bawumia should tell us what he was doing in Qatar. Sanko from Dine Chikwe, what was the meeting about? Wait. I am too full. I am too full. Platform is too full. So you're not so intimate koda. If you're not intimate, shama kenekekeda. Na yenya bre papa. Yenywa waber. Yenywa ber. Inti intimate sha kenekekeda. Yenywa bre papa. Now mo say I there you close me down. GBC betuma to machines wo nyina. GBC I can build a new GBC meko. Monfansha Monday. Now mommy ko enim. Now you see the story, a very important story. Oh, me team ni samemfa ayi we nchira mo. Aya planes na John Mahama say auto Amagana military no, and the planes no two aba. And it's quite interesting. These are the planes. And John Mahama the planes na ba. Planes na MPP for so omon pene Emma John Mahama and Toma Ghana. Planes na bedu Emma and the President I inspect it. These are modern planes. They are fresh planes. These are planes are every technology be a modern technology, GPS, tracking, sensors. Plane number do Emma President I inspect it. When an MP before Parliament so mon penny, my never play the biamba and some kwasia for mu MP before mu where they go form. Until today, the President of the Republic okay, inspect here, and it was a wonderful scene, and you can see the President and the Finance Minister and the Defense Minister, the CDS. Just say soldier from Penifori, you can see that this is a special year. John Mahama, you can see that plane is a fresh plane. You can see it's a fresh plane. President, Wayama Ghana, you can see the CDS very, very impressed with the plane. So you're from Penny for Papa, almost in the Minyansa, almost guided president, and you can see. This was the plane at MPP for Samama John Mahama and Koto. Kwasia for Mami Wu, because you ever played in for Mami Mrekrasi. So you can see it there. Agboja is there. The almighty, Broja Jemfi, exceptional defense minister. The CDS too is there. You can see a solid man, reputable, Rizobe. Everybody knows. The finance minister. So you can see the president. I think today he was busy, but he made time to go see. So you can see. John Mahama, the NDC, they came to help, and Ghana, we can say. Your soldier for so your military helicopters near there. This is the helicopter president. I can say this it's a chopper. It's a helicopter. Oh, come on, easier. Also, where they play near Koto, So these are all choppers. This about 2 came. These are things that you have to be proud of. And gradually, you will be able to equip our military. The end of course, Irani, unibombo. Asibesi unim bomb bo. Inti esiano enye ize so to bomb baako. Inti se unya president no tumi koto chopper baako ba, helicopter baako ba. No ka se helicopter dey bebo adwuma, wato mienu miensa. Say yentrem this chopper is beautiful. This helicopter is doing a job. Memfe ni agro, you see helicopter was a chopper. Chopper dey go dey. Ko jina asankrego ka se the president bought chopper so meti asia. Ka se president auto helicopter ba. Helicopter. Ya to helicopter jina say the chopper and this is a chopper. Muna muyasa na nkofo di nkwa asemo Ghana no. Ya to helicopter. Ya the helicopter na mwem de. Helicopter was a chopper. Na mini o test ankregwa oti domi abra. Edi any chopper. Chopper edi. The president has acquired and this you are buying out to helicopter. Da. Uni bomb bo. It is our president atuma koto helicopter ba say ebefa Ghana fo a memfa ni agro. Uni bomb bo. Ya sorry ani ebekọ war. Ena mode munim na mo nkwasi akeka no na mo sora mo TikTok kan kwasem na obi de wo be frofro ya de ebe yem no mo titi Ghana munim bomb bo unim bomb ba akobo O say ye be call war and na obi pa for na asem met kwasi asem what Ghana we ni bomb bo. O soldier for obu to bomb 30 at your national treasure ni mu bie. O ti grenade ba ko to a uni mebo ba ko eda so. Uni grenade ba o to bazooka ba ko tian na am blaste. O target na se ambom na ko to nsuo ba uni be ka de aba. Mo boda mo Ghana ho e na ye de ntokwa ba o ntokwa no na ko president na to helicopter. Ghana fo amutie mi inkurase ne ade na nse muti se helicopter dada bia ekufo adomo omoba yo montman tofofro a ekokun Ghana fo mba omane bo amane nkofo ene president Mahama she Ghana fo bo se obeto helicopter foforo nyensa ene mienu aba helicopter ni nie ene nam wiem no dede esukura wonte ayese Tesla kinka onte ye friend no e the helicopter Black Hawk etukura wonte engineer mono etu atisen de obetia ne na se pejani mu no na na dan kwagu for the 2B Jimmy we ntuma ngoto helicopter ba kumpo ama Bawumia Jimmy for MPP Jimmy and helicopter na ba it was enkregwa uwa aya bibiani uwa aya Samira boy uwa ntansua Kofi Krom ejankra no amotiompo mu amu eniase hon bebi a woti bia no Jo Mahama ka so koto helicopter abre Ghana eye soldier for asrafo ende me no ka sei Togo for do mo betia omenu omo because Togo for the border yen to bomb ka sei kakra bi na ewio some de sian e to betia pa na ewio Togo for do mo betia se sia de sibia de ne ko no hwe eye helicopter no ne nyoma na ewo helicopter no ho no na wo hwe sibia helicopter ne yam mono na helicopter we entunu Antobias for budget and send it to Mano and young Koran asem. It is to say the Togo for some power mra. Yamba, you best small helicopter back up near the church home where you almost a chopper. You had the bomb record magazine, the bomb at home. Into a already say Kontokwa near from magazine for not magazine. No more bay bomb repellers near the church home, say you bet 22. In the Togo for the bar, 2000, there's something here. Yan to bomb in zero. Africa, me see a yan tokwa. One bomb na Iran for to be besano. Utu bomb me. Sing. Yeah, sigara wash the sun. Helicopter no. Na say obotati wo ya so ni Iran for to go between na me show. Enya wo no ko na ha me no. Sika na bo say no. Between Israel for Iran for sing. Obitu bomb go 8 say. You grow more to moment. We just come now from the breakfast. Now about Ghana. Now you nyan tokwa kakra bi ya. Jimmy, na you say oh you nyan tokwa kakra bi say ai tokwa ba na ye ne Togo for ko. Now Jimmy, ona o ti wona tin o to bombo ko to bi CDS baba. Bomba kubi to biano e was say the gross gafo and NLA and National Labor Union over yet. Mr. Bisha Iran for war no Bisha Iran between na me show mo enya war de se me hu order ai be hu bebre o TV so Bisha na kofo no o to ba bomb sister no ko we ba no to 8 na metim TV one say bomb ba ku bia $18,000 ah na nkofo tu bomb 18,000 na sa sema mu kan nya nkwankura semo iti na me hwe bomb me show mom say me kuro yi Ghana yi ibetuma tu bomb ni dide say na yakọ war that Ghana bi so no oye Air Force Commander 1 den assistant den na ya soma mo say monko Togo na monko stop o mo a na wutire mu no ya de bomb 30 asheba Jimmy udu a tin plane we are to aso to aso pakiro Benin na odi bomb what to bomb na guru oba budget be na de be bomb fufuro what bodam intima mu kuntokwa munjai sa wajiro fom kura hwe de bomb dudu angofo to ye nim ne akopentokwa na obi de begina ya it we de be sra Ghana military momia nya more bomb because sibia angofo to bomb no o bomb Ghana make na benia be na wo de sre no wo angofo no wo no wo pictures no between TV we say asem we dey empire Ghana for Ghana soldier force do omo nim adwuma omo call peacekeeping ya between me I no war na ha me o asem go for dey omo war no omo nim dey omo ye intimi na me pese me kan wa ehia me na me hwe budget no me associate for any budget ni ehwe o enye war no what dey say be ba and dey war no mbeku na budget no na war ni mu no inti eche ko fre Kantanka na say dey na say Kantanka ya ba ku bi ofrefre obi a be kai 2 years or 4 years ago egufo ado num wiye so mbra Kantanka say obeye eyi de missile de bi ya nda okrum akofo di carpet green akosa form ahemfo akese ahema akese empche say president to war obi a betena say Kantanka say ono waye de missile de Iranian missile deflector detector na metitivu na mehaka Kantanka dia wuye dem fadue nana ade a wuye debi asemunti so wontumi aka o na obi abegina we are the Kantanka's place and you know Ombrof Jenjan bi and Nana Kantanka has put together a new missile that can fly from Kantanka headquarters all the way to anywhere. Before that, nobody can a documentary be omni na murum na so mo test missile no na me anga say man shede hu missile into say and Kantanka for so me hard power na papa we o se murum no so na dwemo bie power they said the bomb nyina na fe gina wa now before we launch the Kantanka Iron Dome Piesa. I thought of Fredo Kantanka Iron Dome Piesa. There's a Jew for the Krapono, Iron Dome, the room. Before we launch the missile from the Kantanka Iron Dome Piesa, he has the Kantanka soldiers. Now, go for the DB no crack. As it be way and kind of wants somebody. I never pass on be cool. Make Kantanka as a company. Nana, where the devil for the Kantanka soldiers that you try to port as a come hianyo Kantanka to track port pa na odi ahyehyɛ nkɔfo ma ɛna ɔmo na mo kikra adaya we mu de war ba ɔkofo obi to bomba ɔmo be show that pa na kɔtɔ nkyɛn na nipa ma ya nyema ɔmo 8 months ya hyehyɛ ɔmo ko port. Mr. S, get me the picture. Mr. S, do you have the video? Na Kantanka waso wa yeso jesibia Kantanka nanga don't you say or Terminator movie ni onanga na ohwe killer move because yet Kantanka yeso jafo bi ansa ne ya ba be yire ya ba be lanche the dome piece ro also wa ye missile bi this time you hear Kantanka o wa ye missile bi and that missile is a dome piece and the Jew for no crampo no dome na wo no obetumi and these are the soldiers who are going to work first and show us and I'm said na Kantanka obi ba obi yebu ba Kantanka twitwa ko port e do de ahyehyɛ di paro and wakofa okada for helmet no de TV poetry ho hey Kantanka hwe kila move sa o dem obi eni wonu kwa na hwe and na waye Ninja Turtles na Kantanka akoye wolf jetis wakoye amoka wo se de bi hu ade ode de woko me hu spray na Osinko way before they launch the Kantanka piercing metal. These are the people who are going to make sure and oyi ni soldiers libi omunie. Na me TV hu sana he Kantanka pa dipenya no abutra hu. We mu and Kantanka etwitwa koport peace no that so. And amanfo ma ya nyemo mo hienti. Wo de ahye awia wei ahemfo atenase. Vice President Atanase, President Atanase, Kufuor mo. Washisha obia wapatase. Nana mpo nyamba na konya tin Kantanka konya. Nana we de sebi o debi fadue wasam na aba na michirem. Bibia wo bia nyame mbo ho ban. Na ose sa eye akodie we no e na sebi o ono ni soldiers na we create no. Kantanka o ekrobi anka se chi no but on se o enipa ai a crowby serious and can wake up. Wait, good hand confident. Yamwana shim, but a Ghana, ya do be an African star. Anna, do you have the launching of the missile itself? Because some about launching the video right. I'm over you say biha. I'm over you say biha. American Kantanka or problem and now Kevin the Papa de Wuno and Robert Nakana. I idea way I live. I did see and you say biha Kantanka or problem. Into Kantanka you robot in ya. Emma. eye che say betina wa na say de akosi de inte wa na ansa no be lunch eye de Pearson you know na ni robot ni pie agro we yedi su Ghana ho na Kantanka robot we do omo na omo ko yesi ye kokon to kwa Kantanka ya abo cast na wasa ye soldier fo aka ho killer move universal soldier na ahemfo tete ho impenifo president tete ho Kantanka ti apotase na nipa ma ya wo mo ohienti wetwitwa kopot na wa welde na ode o mahyebu na ode wire bia fefa ho na say omo bullet na hye omo nsa ho no bomb no and say kum na say Kantanka na just omo na bo nyina bomb hye omo ho uni bomb bo me ka se richira na wo sere uni bomb bo Kantanka ye nipa aye soldiers the bomb hye omo nsa ho ntom ye sa de no ye no Van Dam no kum say sa bomb na to I was sound be kum they say killer move no universal soldier obodu to enka no Kantanka nyame so adwira omo ena ye tena wa Mr. S Kantanka so be lunch mesa we Iran for ya na go fast we yabo bitimi baby yeah go it before now be lunch ye no ena o ma soldier for we nyina ba ye ebe ma che ye just say I'm penifo asiesia o ya tena se and o share eye odoni ahokeka na oma soldier for nyina be display just say wo hwa de na it is so nice di nyina commentary we chire yenya lunch mesa no where before we launch the PS the dome piesa aha
Mon ko say man ko an ko say no mra ko ati ko ati aha okay
wonya sunsanso boni bia nti wo hwa eno na omode eho breaks ne eho ene o ma ebe maka na di mu a tese kai bia na mabonti
ejan ko safo anto we okay mun spray kakra bi mamonto na afi ya hwe kakra bi boda mamonto ya hwe hwe boda bi ento me ma nto oh okay mon pa de se mra bra mon ko okay mon fa de se mra bra mon ko de se man ko an ko de se no mra ko ati aha okay munyina haya na fe mon
yeah so and then Gabogara, which a person, and then Amagara, he said, as a person, Fransk, you know, Bomo, you're good. And you have been jammed about them. Now, Magana, you're good to go to go. Fransk, you just sit as a person, I'm telling you. Kantanka Nyamukano. Inside is a passion air. Flash the bomb into Greg now. Yakoko to Quana say a model. This idea will make technology. I don't know. Yeah, Baba lunch miss our bako. And I go for Amoka by Universal Soldiers. Hey, you give it to me. Nebani address a fool. I guess I'm going to go fast and we buy. Soja bako e bako Kantanka woka e wo driving mirror no side mirror e bako pe iti ni ball team no e kire obi ntokura wa watwi ni akodu Togo na bombo beba beba ye tutu to bomba afeni e be bia hwe reverse na se ka ye fa so be na wo so ka no side mirror no e bako and ye hu achi na ye ka ye kwai na bombo ba afeni akobie ntokura be we nko left na e dia sam sukura ni why amoka the side mirror e baako ye nwu akire nwu anim inside so as a passion air otire mu a otumitira wall den na flash screen boss ro ha na water bottle tia ha and moye osa anase VIP bus amon kan ni ewu se o amo VIP ay rade Kevin Taylor wa bodam enti John Mahama plane ya ni helicopter ya na ko fanse bo nyina ba Intina fe no be lunch eye missile. Inti mokasi eni missile Ghana. Kantanka lunch missile na way. Mr. S. If you don't get the missile next time we can talk about I just have papa. I just have we gu e do Bawumia chi. And one ya one Olympics. O hwe ne yema se kotreba e no nam Ghana. Obeso ye slim. Uyi atade e na the one pompron te se eye den. The one pompron se opam. And I just have one was Olympics. Or just get to crown or bon. Messimu who be that. I'm a VIP. Kantanka I'm a VIP if you come say bank cry or so the now I'm a VIP bien to crown who be a card coro. Near go to Togo for Mukwai and get ye near Antibetina. I'm a VIP and a museum. Eh, Mumma Tom show. Besides, let me continue my show. Beniabre. All right, Mummy and Twasso. Ready.
Arabas. Therefore, when they were gathered together, Pilate said unto them,
Whom we that I release unto you, Barabbas, for Jesus, which is called Christ, that I release unto you, Barabbas. For Jesus, which is called Christ.
Jesus Christ, whoever Christ. All right, let's let's move forward. All right, now story way in Yapa, people need to know, and it's got to do with inflation. Inflation declines for 14th straight month, from 3.8% in January to 3.3% in February. Ghana for inflation sending nyoma bo ayeding for 14 months, 14th straight month. Inflation are dropping. January na inflation that 3.8 and then menoka say nyoma bo ayeding yateso about 3.3%. Umpe we na opedien. Edi entini eto aba no. Yeto aba se nyoma bo beba form. Aban bi beba no atam inflation every 54 e di aba form e na aban na ye enti ye ka John Mahama ne NDC promises o ma promise Ghana o be ma nyoma ye fo ubetuma ekoto aduane etuma digwa edidi na John Mahama ne NDC aban no they have fulfilled their promise in less than 2 years. And Ghana's inflation is close to the inflation of America. We are lingering around 3.3%. I think America is around 1.7. We are lingering around 3.3 in the history of Ghana. In less than 2 years, Abambia Tumiaba a movie inflation every 54, all the way to 3.3. Then we still have people say your position, mama to me. Now, mama for inflation in 0.0. And that's a simple question we're asking the MPP. It's right now, no inflation, no. Yeah, the amount mo person de 0.0 and I said, then mo person mo de call, then mo person mo ye. And this is unprecedented. And these are some of the things we cannot underestimate and play around here. I see a lot of Ghanaians taking what this government is doing for granted because also bibini Oya adiema no na ebro no sope na afi wasati Jimmy. We all saw what we went through under Bawumia ni Ekufuado. We saw it. We saw businesses every day closing down. We saw market women, their capital diminishing. We saw Anwochire. And anyame na mebeka 90% of nipa na minimudin komo na munyina mo Ghana. You saw. And now you see the difference between Abainwe, the oye, and Abaina Eba before. No? It does not matter your complaints. I've heard or seen a few people on social media. Mr. President, make a light. Me say, you are not the only person who lives in Ghana. You are not the only person who lives in Ghana. So if you have a problem with one thing, it does not mean the majority of the people, we all feel the same. No. This government, when it is approaching issues, it approaches it holistically. It wants to see that the majority of the people, no, they what? They are doing well. They accept it. And they hear by way. In this all MPP can't be remember. Now we are back miensa. Now my Nigeria must say, Babajina TikTok. No makase, me light bill kosro, menkwa. That one will not make anybody change their mind about this government because the majority of the people don't understand the difference between Abainwe Diawaye and Abaina and Mutino. They have seen, say, going back to the MPP is haram. It's madam, bra, uwo jume bidia, kope juwa pepe bidi. Na saade na ojie so betina TikTok, wonko abejina ye, media mekoto me like to say, and media duane boano, and nobody's listening because the government policies is for the masses. And right now, as I speak, the masses are in favor of 3.3% inflation rate. Hardly do you see anybody na oye juma saying Mahama about power to tell you say mejume guo. You don't hear anything like that. Enya kra anticipate day. Enya kra anticipate day. It's inflation we na about form no. Mete say upon kruma ejina parliament. Ekacha Ghana for say he is against inflation now. Nyoma na ne buoko form no. He says it is fake. He is against it. How can a member of parliament ni kromon to me si bini dan kra man enko for kojo upon kumaja parliament say yes the inflation na be 3.3 na a fake. He is against it. How can you, a member of parliament, ukrobu nye adwuma nye enye aduane ndi ebo mpa ye se nyoma bo be form no ugina parliament say nyoma ko ebo ko form a utia ompe? How? Unless you are selfish, unless you see your constituents, into ugina parliament and now the brofo how can you in any way, any day stand in parliament as a member of parliament to tell Ghana for say your friend upon kruma, I am against inflation above form? How can you say that? It's one saying go forward, you know. Because of mismanagement, they want every calamity. They want it to happen to Ghana. Right now, the MPP, you know, anka bomba to Iran and to Ghana. It is so shocking. It amazes me. See, I told South bomb no Ghana. Kojo ponkruma papa bewu. Webusuafo bewu. Canada Bawumia busuafo bewu. Woso obi abusuani bewu. Say ya two petrol mu Ghana. Na the Iran ene nkofo wo whether you like it or not. Na petrol kosra obi ahu beka. And there's one thing you need to understand about this government. The John Mahama administration will never lie to you. Ya two petrol because you tum anything you tum Ghana. Nobody's going to come sit here and say, oh, ya two petrol na esi ane de ye nyina no that obi ama excuse bia o because ya wo hwere no abi na John Mahama so hwe. Enti sa wona ba betwa tro aka se o maame ewu na maame wu ya NDC aban o ne maame ewu obeka je se ne maame ewu. Enti if you think say Iran war no emma eye petrol bo ekosro aban we be charge aboden. It is a fact. This government is not going to come sit here and lie to you and say, you know, because I buy where mama who books, no, so far, the improvement we've made, say, yen to me and support this our price now. You will have no option than to buy the world price and sell it the world price. That's it. Nobody's going to come sit on TV and lie to any Ghanaian because of political points. And they are not in that business. John Mahama is not into that business. Oh. John Mahama is not going to stay on TV and tell you, say, Sika yeni da hono, ya what da ho, ya bob besia, or say, ya bob besia, ya could have John Mahama on ye, or Becca Ghana for say, Petro no, se ane boy de wa bruchre, ye Sika da onye, Yanko Bobisia na Yanko Bobisia, Mammy Yanko Bobisia, the Mumia ni. Yanko Bobisia, Wako, near Wako John Mahama ne MPP, I want Yanko as NPPO. John Mahama ne this for Jimmy. They will tell you the truth. It is a one tiasia your problem. Because a bina yabuno, Yentwin for a tro embu my biemu. Yetna chroma mukache se bibia okay. Yetna chroma COVID-19 by a US Kenya Tama MPP4. Still no more blame Russia-Ukraine war. Say Iran front talk AC. See a peja petrol more. Why not tam Sikabra Ghana say because of Iran, America want $100 million. But during COVID-19, World Bank, IMF, international partners, they carried money and they gave it to you. Still, Nkwasiafo were still blaming Russia-Ukraine war. They spent the money, they blew the money up, and they started making excuses. The NDC is not in that business. Petrol me, I'll tell John Mahama, do not go and borrow to buy petrol. No. Let's try and use a fear there. And so don't ever think say asemboni bitu baby affect Ghana, na affect Ghana, NDC for affect NDC for nyina. It is a one junior will say, yeah, babetna aba beso so omani echiche nyo obi papa dia o eye nyina na echichira ma ye ho dia bebo ye nyina na ebeye enti munyina mo mpa na petrol ni nkosoro because me petrol ni nkosoro me be catch aban so ontum eh me be catch aban so onteso na mabodam petrol ni nkosoro a say Iran war no say MPP for bompa na war ni mu ya din na omo close the channel a omo the petrol ni fam de baha make catch president Mr. President, make sure the petrol price be out on abrochire no fasa abo na agye ekofoma na wate so simple. Me metran kan just oh NDC for mo hwe petrol no asem nka na Ghana for betu atia mo hey Ghana for se petrol no se ne bo no yatum na so do Ghana ni wunim no kore na wow problem. It don't expect this kind of politics na MPP for ye no atro politics no na ye ntiase nyoma boy den it is say asem we see it is like this. Koko asamubaye yatia na ewiase yetu koko buom ehwa na Nkwasiafo we sorry MPP ai yesi ewiase koko no yatum enso John Mahama nkobo besia betua koko ekuafo mabodam ende me no woka say Ivory Coast for Cocoa Cote d'Ivoire cuts cocoa producer price by 57% from 2,800 CFA per kilogram to 1,200 CFA per kilogram. See, mena woka say officially Ivory Coast for cocoa mu oha enchichemu edionum song 57%. Omateso sorry. Omati cocoa so eye oha enchichemu edionum ensong 57%. Sa ebono na omateso Ghana teso 28%. Oha enchichemu edumienu eye den edumienu watche. Edionum watche. Ya teso edionum ensong 57%. Ivory Coast for ati cocoa no so ebo no so and the 1 kilogram 1 kg cocoa bottle back no ye tono Ivory Coast sikem 1,200 CFA cocoa ekuafo buntie me mama MPP for Nkwasiafo bintika unim say anka NDC for NPP and John Mahama anka Ivory Coast for tiom cocoa so ba 1,200 before unim say cocoa anka bitika NDC for beto cocoa 1,000 a bag. Mo ye lucky mugo for Ghana John Mahama do muntra mo lucky ni say eye Cote d'Ivoire for antom cocoa benja Ghana nanka Cote d'Ivoire for tom cocoa ko Ghana ke beto cocoa bag bia 500 Ghana mo de mo nya mo ye dede ma me ntidwo mo nkyerɛw ende 80 per the maths no and the Ivory Coast new cocoa price ma me ntidwo mo nkyerɛw cocoa akuafo na Nkwasiafo we didi mo chi na mo cocoa egu o se no omo enfo mo wo MPP for 99% of MPs omu cocoa da omu hu musam wajimi and them no ka say Abidjan for tuom cocoa oma teso 57%. I mean Ivory Coast new farm gate price is reported around 1,200 CFA per bag. You hear the cedis no. Now, convert to price per bag. One bag is 64 kilograms. Now, 1,200 sefa times 64. You will get 76,800 sefa. Inti now, inti right now no, bag bako, cocoa bag bako, 1,200 sefa. Now, exchange rate no, 1 sefa is to 0.0198 Ghana cedis. Almost can swap form. Aya hanta se kufuado draws. Now, new convert TA 76,800 sefa. That is a kilogram of 1 kilogram, 1 bag of cocoa in Abidjan. Or the bag Ghana 76,800 sefa times 0.0198. Or the bag Ghana sikema Ivory Coast to 4. Omuto cocoa bag be 1,500 Ghana. 1,520 Ghana. Ivory Coast abaito cocoa bag be 1,500. Ghana eto cocoa bag be over 2,500 Ghana. Udi cocoa be Ivory Coast. Esi Ivory Coast for dem cocoa be Ghana. Ote Ghana ema MPP nkwasiafo we dadao. Make us say minimum Ivory Coast for cocoa for be 30. Al Jazeera interview them. Almost they are finding ways to bring their cocoa to sell in Ghana. What price? No. Into mutitiwo na no don prekwase ya we ahye Wellington boot mono onhye bi mpo da. Kojo ponkroma hyeche wa hye Wellington boot mono onhye bi da. Oma dress se mum hye cocoa fuom na mum bi magimi nti. Omu wi a no makofia kotena V8 mu na omu de omu mpra no makoda hotels na parliament 8 ye omu ka per diem mo ho na omu baaye no parliamentarians no omu ba mo ho nwuro mu no ye tia omu ka na we cocoa kuani a wadwene wo fom kakra nti wo makwase we abedadaw and the Ivory Coast ye to cocoa bag bi 1,500 Ghana. And Ivory Coast cocoa kuafo na motete wo na John Mahama so so o pampam no John Mahama kwade o mamutimo ya mode mu cocoa kuafo bo Ghana John Mahama na o enipa John Mahama o enipa ena wa mamutimo ya mode ena wa so so na mo ho ya mode eti se John Mahama no or the contract betu obi enim se obi nua cocoa beton ma no ono so dia cocoa ni bi John Mahama na no nitimo ya mre John Mahama na sebio ensamhuru bi wa na so now world market no John Mahama determine price no my lucky and the Ivory Coast for omu cocoa no sebio ya mo omu kesia 4,500 Ghana a bag and the Ghana cocoa for am saying na MPs for ne begina mo busa omu say Ivory Coast de ton saying mo musa omu and omu de mo ye adwuma and omu jimi mu bi and omu dada mo and omu bi ma say nti mo cocoa gu apata so air pro Ivory Coast for ne ba na me cocoa krani e wa Ivory Coast na me ton cocoa bag bia ye to betono 1,400 to 1,500 na me ntina ho abra me de gu pa a track na me du Ghana border na me ne o kan na so mo gime e bia 10,000 Ghana metum de awuro ma beton ma Ghana ban me de beba Ghana na se Ghana ban pe cocoa ato cocoa kuafo nso o mo mpe enti Abidjan fo so cocoa chapu egudam me no kasi aladwi omo pama no saba o combien se Ghana o Ghana o cocoa o sankremie o tuke omo di nkomo e pamboto ano omo de ba wo da tena na man pipi nkwasi afo na dawo e na menje e na ebeboa o he world market be gina de gina enti se o mpa wo asema koton ma aban anasa fa hye wo dem me se me no kasa anadwi Abidjan fo e pamboto cocoa boto ko he elubo border no so omo anadwi omo high boys pamboto sava Trambia Ghana o Jeremy o Sefwa o Seswa Ghana o cocoa o Afrique the price elizon o pam cocoa na no achechire dia toka mu obeton ama Ghana ban o do kwase ato ye ntia se MPP for sama me enje tina we O de won tiasia. Kwa Ivory Coast ne ko busa say opposition party no ho. Na say opposition party wa Ivory Coast. Unim opposition party do Ivory Coast. Team pull it out for me. Unim party do a opposition Ivory Coast. What to say Ivory Coast opposition are sorry say omune eye party no tia ban mu no e kontokwa because prize ni ateso. They understand. Mukwekwakuafo no da be na mote say Ivory Coast opposition party be sorry say adan na yati koko so. They understand, they read the same thing the government reads. Opposition for near koko. They understand what is happening in the world market. It won't say Ivory Coast opposition kwasi ampeji bi akwefuom say koko kwani ma ban ntia wo de na otua first no. Why is it a Ghana nkwa no yes because MPP whom koko kwafo bi say mo agibi. Omo de mo je political points akodi ajantrafo. Omo nya to me 8 years. Mu koko kwani be na tumi si dan o Ghana. Omo nya to me 8 years. Koko hospital be na tumi si ma mo Ghana. Omunya to me 8 years. Koko kwan papa be na mutumi ye mamo. MPP for whom say mo agimi. Ivory Coast are the opposition yo. Are the opposition in sorry because you turn for in Ghana. Are the opposition in say hey Ghana no Koko they turn 2,500. Are the ntias amomo. Are the opposition in here because opposition in him say Koko price in the world market. You can't do anything about it. Kwasiafo motete Ghana MPP kwasiafo mumunipa. Mu obiara te say we Jimmy say chema untumi. Mu obiara te say penguin. Mu obiara te say poriando. Mu obiara te say obiara nu kankan te say abronya. Mu just obiara Jimmy. A whole political party encourage Jimmy man penifo Jimmy. Muso amo Jimmy mu nyina na mabodam. And you think say you can change anything with ye kokoko efuom, ye de kokoko kuafo kasa. Ghana kokoko kuafo no so mo nton no. Ivory Coast for ba ton. Emiako minimum Ivory Coast koko kwani bi opeso beton a meboa no tena ona MPP fo njimi tena ho na MPP fo nkwasiafo we na da no mu njimi ukoko fo nyina be sei de odo beto aduane adibi unibi enti ende me de me yesomafo de ose meboa no ochena mu kokwakuafo na Ivory Coast MPP for ba mo ho no MPP for ba mo ho no ochena mo frefre mo honorable yes Ivory Coast for say kokoro no mo ton boto ba ku bia 1,000 for ampa kwasiafo mumu se mo me say kokwakuafo na mama MPP for ba da mo no ma me kira wade oko Ivory Coast hwade thank you very much team thank you Mrs. Ivory Coast opposition parties omo ho mu ni hwe opposition parties omo Ivory Coast opposition parties omo Ivory Coast. What is the opposition party of Ivory Coast? Aye demonstration. What is the opposition party of Ivory Coast? Akokoko for ekuafo efuom samamon pene. They understand MPP ntwamwa we. Opposition party PDC RDA Democratic Party of Cote d'Ivoire African Democratic Rally omo ho. What is omo kokoko ekuafo ho? Dabi omo nim sa aban na eboa. Oba your FPI Ivorian Popular Front almost opposition party Abidjan. What is all my demonstration? What is all my kokoko catch them say Mamonje because they know what is the real problem. Omni problem no say omukro no omu to me handle. Your party will say MGC Movement for Capable Generation Ivory Coast opposition party MPP nkwasiafo. Yes one kan be opposition we We have a party called GPSA Generations and People's Solidarity. Omo Ivory Coast. Omo your opposition party. Your Kojep. Congress of Young Patriots. Omo Ivory Coast. And then almost omo ko wurem. Enko fre kokoko afon se mombra ne ebema bo no mamonje adentina we mu nyina nkoye. Your UPCI Union for Cote d'Ivoire. Opposition party. Mechraw ukoko kwani na ma MPP fo nkwasiafo we ebu so ye jimifo no me kan bibia to tirim ubu ofu o bodam o de menji 2,000 no 2,508 to sede no na tena ho ye MPP for say Ivory Coast ye 1,004 your opposition party UPCI Union for Cote d'Ivoire your LIDR, that is leader. You're from Liberty and Democracy for the Republic opposition party. Your UDPCI, your Coalition for Peaceful Alteration in Ivory Coast. All these people plus 25 more opposition. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You have another 25. Now, munim nyansa cha Ivory Coast for. Sebio. Politicians are more Ghana. Munim nyansa cha Ivory Coast for. One Ivory Coast for kwanda. Ivory Coast. One more kwanda. Kwasia for. More MPP for Jimmy for. Na more dada Ghana kuya for. Na more Ghana koko kuya for. So mumu more Jimmy. Instead some betina se etie no kure no. Na mwapata koko say na mu di MPP for echi. Munu anu nyansa for na ton mu koko ne ma ban. We Kevin didi atam massa. Ya kwa kono ye ntufu ha o. Hwe.
Prince ma kudi okoye no ya ba mu won. Ku be ton sam obia. Ku be tufu ana. Kakra na wanya watwa mu afutu. Friday ntufu. Friday and Saturday ntufu. Monday na papa no odan obra. Right. That's my kwasibu achi. Fashion Monday. Akwasibu achi. Fashion
Estimated. You know it, I know it.
The MPP of Darocha, Sakiskek, Victor Wusu, Kofi Buzia, Professor Edubuahe, Alajete, J.A. Kufuor, those men of value, those men of integrity are not what we have today. I tell you without mincing words, the 5 people who are contesting, wanting to be flag bearers, are just sankwas. I tell you without mincing words, the 5 people who are contesting, wanting to be flag bearers, are just sankwas. I tell you without mincing words,